What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, as it being a Monday, we will look at my overall trading 212 portfolio and see how it's performing. We will also discuss briefly some adjustments that I made last Friday. I will discuss briefly why I'm remaining cash heavy in relation to the virus and also because of the presidential elections that are coming up. I will also be discussing how much I'll be investing this week into the market and my reasons behind this. We will pick two pies that I'll be investing in. And finally, I will also be looking to add some companies into some of my smaller pies on Trading 212 to help diversify my portfolio even more. But as always, before we get into today's video, if you're new around here, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we're currently on 334 subscribers and hopefully we can get to 350 before the end of the week. So with all that being said, let's dive right into my portfolio. So firstly, we can see here that my overall portfolio is currently worth €3,755. We are currently up €165.58, which equates to 4.61% profit. So firstly, last week on Friday, I made some slight adjustments where I sold my small YouTube pie, which consisted of Workhorse, Lordstown Motors, Virgin Galactic and also NIO. So that was only worth €103. It was about break even when I was selling, and I reinvested that €103. Firstly, I put €80 of that down here. We can scroll down here and we'll see my healthcare pie. I put €80 of that into this pie to help improve my dollar cost averaging, and we also put 23 of that euro into the material sector. So just there, I deposited a further €150, which means my portfolio is currently worth €3,906 overall, with €150 in my free funds to use. Now, because I'm keeping the amounts small as the weeks go by, is because I want to drip feed money in due to the markets. I believe that they'll become even more volatile in the next few weeks and even months. Firstly, because of the presidential elections that are coming up. If Trump or Biden wins, it really could impact the stock market both for and against either way. And also secondly, if there'll be another wave of the virus. So again, that's completely out of our hands, so it's very hard to predict that. So for that case, I'm going to start to become more cash heavy as such, and I'm only going to be putting in about €100 to €150 every week just to improve my dollar cost averaging on some of the pies that go into the red. Now also, because as we stated at the beginning of the video, up here, that because we're up currently €167 or just under 5% profit, the markets have been doing quite well the last few weeks. So I don't really want to ruin my dollar cost averaging on some of these companies. So for example, the top two here are both up over 7%. So I don't really want to buy into these as such at the moment, because firstly, the fundamentals haven't changed in any of these companies in either of these pies. And secondly, because I just want to start drip feeding funds slowly into such pies, like I've already done last Friday, into the healthcare pie, which is currently down about 0.5%. We can see here the three holdings. Johnson & Johnson is down 0.35%, AbbVie is down 2.24%, and Pfizer is up just under 4%. And also in my materials pie, we just have the one company here at the moment, Barrick Gold, is currently down 2.1%. So I feel this week, firstly, I might put €50 into the materials pie to help improve the dollar cost averaging there. I might put a further €50 into the healthcare pie. And thirdly, I might start looking into other pies, such as, let's say, the real estate or the material sector or even the utility sector pies, where I just have the one position at the moment. And I might do some research throughout the week to be able to find more companies that I could add to these pies to help improve my diversification in each of the sectors. And therefore, I'll use the other €50 then to use to start putting money into that company as well. So as it now stands, that because I deleted my YouTube pie, I'm now down to 12 pies instead of 13. And just for yourself here, just have a brief overview of each pie without going into detail. My communication services is up 7.39%, consumer discretionary is up 7.1%, consumer staples is up 3.69%, energy is up 0.34%, my ETF pie is up 4.74%, financials is up 2.26%, healthcare is down 0.48%, industrials is up just under 8%, so I'm quite happy with that as well. Materials is down 2.1%, real estate is up 2.27%, technology is up 7.35%, and my utility pie is up over 4%. So in terms of my plan this week, just to see how many holdings I have per pie, communication services, I have the 3 holdings, so I'm quite happy with that at the moment. Consumer discretionary, I have 2. I will want to increase that in the coming weeks, but I want to prioritize some of the other pies that only have 1 holding for now in the coming weeks first. In the consumer staples, we have 3 holdings, I'm happy with that. Energy, 2, that's fine for now. ETF, now that just has the 1 so far in the Vanguard S&P 500, which tracks the overall US market. So I was thinking of maybe adding in a European ETF here as well, and having the weighting, let's say 70 or 80% to the S&P 500 and 20 or 30% to the European ETF that I choose. So I'm going to look into that over the coming weeks as well, to add in an ETF to correspond to the Vanguard S&P 500. In financials, I have 5 holdings, so that's my max that I want to have per pie. So let's say in the future, if, just as example, Visa, the fundamentals changed, well, if I wanted to add in a further company, I would have to remove Visa and add in that company, as my cap is 5 holdings per pie. We then have the healthcare sector. We have 3 holdings. I'm happy with that amount so far. Industrials, we have the 2 holdings. Again, I want to prioritize the pies with 1 holding at the moment, and then we can start working on the ones with 2 or 3. Materials, we have the 1 company now, so I will want to start looking into further positions in this pie, just like my ETF portfolio. Real estate is in the same boat with just the 1 company, Realty Income, so I want to look into that as well. Tech, I'm very happy with. There's 4 holdings at the moment, and they're all 4 strong holdings, so I will be keeping all 4 of those positions. And maybe down the line, if I find a further 5th tech company that I believe has value in its current share price, then I will add it in. But for now, as this is my largest overall holdings with over €1,000 invested, I'll be leaving this pie for a while. And also, we have the utility pie, which is waste management, in here at the moment. So again, we want to further add to this pie over the coming weeks. So in summary, this week, the €150, 50 will be going into the healthcare sector to improve the dollar cost averaging. Also €50 for the same reason will be going into the materials pie. And then we will choose 1 sector this week, either the utilities, real estate, materials, or ETF. So one of the 4 of those, we'll add in 1 further company once I do my due diligence and research on all of these sectors to see which company would best suit my needs at the moment. And we'll add that company into 1 of those pies and put a further €50 into that pie to help improve my overall diversification throughout my portfolio. And just as we're on about plans for the week ahead, in terms of my own YouTube channel, one of the subscribers commented in one of my recent videos to say that it was interesting to see my analytics, albeit even though they're quite small and not impressive one bit in terms of other channels. But for my own personal goals this week, I hope to hit up to 350 subscribers this week. So that's another 16 subscribers I want to gain this week before Sunday. So that'd be great if you could hit that. And also in terms of watch time, we're currently on 410 hours and we're at 410.7 hours. So it'd be great if we could even get that up to 450 hours before the end of this week. So with all that being said, guys, that brings the end to today's video. If you found it anywhere helpful, or if you learned anything or found it anywhere entertaining, it would be great if you could consider smashing that like button, as it would really help this video out in terms of the algorithm. Also, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel, as you could be one of the 16 people to help get me to my 350 subscriber goal, which would be great to see also. And finally, if you have any suggestions on companies that you feel that I could add into the portfolio pies that I mentioned at the end of this video, it'd be brilliant if you could put some companies in there as well, and I will do my own due diligence. And who knows, I might even pick one of the companies that you suggested. So with all that being said, that brings the end to today's video. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's video.